Oh, yeah, go ahead.
All right, I hit record. Now we'll wait a minute for it to make sure it's recording. And Pinball Wits through 5 bits and late birthday bits.
Yay!
Wait, but you're throwing me bits for your birthday.
No, the birthday
Right,
gift
late.
is throwing a nickel at your face.
Yeah,
That
that's
is, I mean, I'll take that. let me just cover my eyes and go for it.
Everyone, throw nickels at Chewie's face. I mean,
All right, which one of you threw Nickelback? That's not okay.
do not throw Nickelback at Chewie's face.
No, I think it's okay. I would see that coming. I could dodge a thrown Chad Kroger, I think, but
Maybe once, but the thing is, if it's Nickelback, it's going to happen 19 more times in the exact same way.
I'm not ashamed to admit I do still have Burn It to the Ground on my iPod. I'm also not ashamed to admit I still have an iPod
Hey, I've got an iPod right here.
that I use.
Me too. I put a podcast on it.
Thank you for the bits, Pinball.
No,
Witch.
Pinball Witch said, "Let me throw more. This time includes the bill."
Ah, that's double Nickelback. You got Dimeback.
Oh,
Dime back.
no, he's dead.
Hey, no, that's Diamond back. Hey, have we
No, that
have
was
we
Dime Bag actually.
have we rambled enough?
I was just looking at that. The recording has been going for 1.5 minutes, so I think we're probably good.
Sweet.
All right.
Oh, we got to do. Oh yeah, you've got a secret lair. You've got a foam. I don't have anything.
I am prepared for overcoming the coronavirus.
I've got a chip clip. Okay, that probably works.
Hurrah.
I'm in a
I
secret
don't have to
lair.
worry about touching my face.
My lair's not secret. Also, hey, Gloppy.
I don't know if that's readable. Is that readable?
Not on my screen, but it's very tiny on my screen.
The most important thing is that this is an Earthbound reference.
Chad, is that readable?
Who's Chad?
Not. I'll open it up. I'll open it up later.
I mean, I can read it.
Okay. Yeah,
All
mine arrived today.
And yes, Chewy, for reference, right here,
Right now?
majestic ancient iPod.
Nice.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Mine is a tiny little touchscreen. It's a Nano, like 4th gen or 5th gen or something. One of the tiny little ones.
Yeah.
Perfect
just
for
seeing
being
a
in my
Nano
pocket.
5, I think.
I'm just seeing the foam fingers. Where's this iPod I was
Oh.
promised?
There you go.
Damn! Look at that. Awesome. Behold
Majestic.
the awesome lethality.
All right, let's do this.
Oh, why?
Oh, damn!
What? No.
Sorry, I got carried away.
Identity crisis.
Wait for it. Ow, jam! I had to make Clues wait because I know he was on the edge of his seat.
I was.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another something-filled episode of
I'm
Monday
not-
Night Magic.
I'm not actually convinced that it's filled with anything, to be honest with you.
Well, it was creamy nougat at one point, but
Cancellation filled episode of
Yeah.
Monday Night Magic.
I am Chewy, and with me, as most of the time, are Squee
Ah,
and
you're
Clues.
the squee. How do you type with
Hey.
giant foam fingers on? Everyone asks me this question. You do it violently.
Wow,
Things that
there's-
don't work in audio at all.
There's a reference for you. Yes, come watch live on twitch.tv/themanapool on Monday nights, or on starting Tuesday morning on youtube.com/themanapool, so you'll know what in the blue hell he's talking about.
True, because I'm not explaining it. That implies there's an explanation.
Because there isn't. So, Before we get started, this is Monday night,
Yes,
the 16th of March.
correct.
True.
Tomorrow here in the U.S. is St. Patrick's Day. Right? That's tomorrow night?
That is tomorrow night.
That's correct, yeah.
I mean, it's St. Patrick's Day all of tomorrow, but yes.
Okay.
That includes tomorrow night.
And thank you for the host, Chifuji. He's at work. He's not listening. But I just want to say, please, for the love of God, don't go to the bar.
No, don't do it.
Even if it's still legal and allowed in your state, please don't go. Pretty please.
Yeah, seriously. It's totally not worth it. Look, if you're of legal drinking age, you actually don't need an excuse to drink. You could just do that whenever.
Yeah.
So just wait. And when this is all over and everything, I'm not going to say goes back to normal, because I
No.
don't think that's going to happen ever again. But when things go back to whatever they are, have a celebration then. There will be parties at that point, I promise.
Yeah.
Go to those.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that all the bars around here are just slammed with drunken morons drinking crappy green beer.
Yeah.
But it's okay. You don't have to go. And I'm begging you, please don't. For the good of us all.
Yeah.
Like, if you need to settle in with your stereotypes, I promise, of all the things missing from the grocery store, Lucky Charms is probably still there. There are ways to do this that don't involve going out and crowding in with a bunch of other people, because I promise you, the people that are willing to go out drinking tomorrow night, at least one of them is going to make a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Public service announcement over. Public
Well, this one
wasn't
is.
really a public service. It was a public pleading.
Yeah.
Please just
It was
stay
a
home.
public appeal to decency.
Yeah. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about more bad news, shall we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
All right. So, as everyone knows, just from the intro there, the COVID-19. I don't know how to say that. Do you spell it? Do you say
No,
COVID-19?
It's COVID-19. Yeah.
Okay, the COVID-19 coronavirus
It's
is
like
currently laying waste to the world and just getting everywhere. It's worse than sand.
It is doing more damage to Magic than Oko.
And that is saying something. So let's get to it. Magic in person at large events is over.
At least for now.
Yeah. CFB Events has canceled all MagicFests up until mid-April, and they're probably going to cancel more after that. Let's
Yeah.
just everyone prepare for that. They canceled Detroit on, I think it was Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they canceled Detroit when there were only 3 confirmed cases in the entire state of Michigan.
Well, yeah, but that's not important. What's important is that they canceled MagicFest Detroit. I think it was Tuesday. MagicFest Detroit started that Friday, and they went,
Yeah.
like, to cancel it that close to start date should be a sign of how much of a problem this is. Yeah.
And they
So-
were right to do so.
Yeah. And if you're one of those people who's like, they should let us decide if we want to go. No.
You're wrong.
They
Yes,
should
you're
not.
wrong.
You are selfish and an ass.
Yes.
I hate to break it to you, but someone's got to tell you. Because for you to be able to choose for yourself if you want to go, that means Channel Fireball Events has to put their staff and judges and the venue staff and all of those people at risk so you can go sit down and play Magic. And some things are more important than that, like slowing the spread of the giant global pandemic. Every little bit helps. Sorry. Not sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm not making up a fake person here. There were many people responding to
The
Channel
only reason I
Fireball's
alluded
tweets.
to it was because at the time when we were talking about this a week ago, there were some people that were obviously upset about the very recent choices. And here we are. Here we are.
Yeah. So there are still people, those of you who come to watch my streams know that I really can't stand my upstairs neighbors. And there are some people, including them, who are like still on the this isn't that bad. More people die from the flu than Stop. Stop. You're not helping.
You're
actually
endangering
making
people.
things actively worse. Just shut up and do as you're told. I know that's not a thing that us Americans like to do. But really, wash your hands. Don't go to large gatherings of people if you can help it.
Yeah, like pretty much all the acronyms are closed now. All the sports acronyms, all the government acronyms are on their way there probably. Whatever it is, if it involves more than like 15 people getting together, it's probably closed or will be soon unless it's directly necessary for survival. So Magic
I
is
saw,
not.
I happened to see a headline the other day that I think kind of missed the point. I mean, it wasn't wrong. It wasn't wrong, but I think it missed the point. And it was with the NBA, NFL, and NHL all canceling their seasons, that people who like to bet on sports didn't have anything to bet on. Like I said,
Wow.
they're not wrong, but it's not really.
Wow.
Yeah.
All those March Madness pools just aren't happening, buddy.
I mean, it's like, when the Titanic went down, we spilled a few glasses when the ship tilted. It's true. Kind of misses the point. But yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So gambling. Good job, gambling.
Yeah,
But
good job, gamblers. So let's go through this news from WotC here. All the Magic Fests up till mid-April are canceled.
Yep.
Expect more of that in the near future. I'm almost certain. The Players Tour Finals in Houston are canceled.
Right?
That was April 24th through the 26th. They're now, everyone invited to the one in Houston has now been moved to the second one, which was in Minneapolis in July. So they've made the event larger with more prize money and all of that. But hopefully that will be able to happen. But maybe don't count on it. Although July is a good distance away. Hopefully the worst will be over, but plan for the worst, hope for the best, right?
pay attention before making plans.
Yeah. The regional players tours have been moved around a bit. The one in Copenhagen at the end of April, beginning of May, has been moved to Prague, the end of May. The one in Charlotte in May, Charlotte, North Carolina, has been moved to Seattle, which is like ground zero.
It's a questionable venue choice.
For the beginning of June. Hopefully things will be better by then, but if not, that's getting moved because that's like the worst place to be right now.
Yeah. I'm super dubious of that.
Oh, chat is telling us they canceled another batch of Magic Fest after this article went up.
Yeah, I'm digging now.
That is...
Is that the other article I have?
No.
Oh, okay. Even more then.
This is
Now
great.
we're-
Their pinned tweet at Channel Fireball Events is their schedule for 2020 Magic Fests. They
Nice.
have not yet updated that particular image to reflect reality.
Yeah, SCG has not updated their stuff yet either.
When... So I'm on Channel Fireball's Twitter, which is what's linked to from this article, and they don't mention anything that I see. I'm also scrolling through fairly quickly. What time did this article go up? This went up at like a... Wait, what? No, this is from the 12th.
Yeah,
Never
it's on
mind.
the 12th. That's a bit back.
Okay, so it could be the chat's just wrong.
It's possible, but it's also most likely the case that by the time you, dear listener, are hearing this, that more will have been canceled. So check is what I'm... Check before you go. Like, just double check.
Has the schedule
Confirm
been
the game
updated
state.
on the website?
The what now?
No.
Are you on an Instagram page? Because then, no, it hasn't been updated.
Oh, event canceled, event canceled, event canceled, event canceled. All right, so let's see here. Sao Paulo, Louisville, Turin, Palm Beach, Houston, Copenhagen, Charlotte, Kitakyushu. I said that all wrong.
Kitakyushu.
Okay, Kitakyushu have all been canceled. The next one that has not been canceled is Toronto, which is May 22nd. So, yeah, it looks like they've canceled more.
That.
Do what?
I would not hold my breath on Toronto.
Yeah. Okay, then.
Yeah, just keep an eye out. Pay attention.
All right, moving on. The Players Tour, I said that. The regional Players Tours, yeah, I said that. They're actively looking for a replacement date and venue for the event scheduled at Kitakyushu, adding an online event option that will take place on Magic Arena June 13th through the 14th for players who are not able to attend one of the in-person events. Oh, okay. So they're looking to go digital if they have to for some of these regional Players Tours.
Yeah.
Good.
If you've ever wanted an opportunity to learn Arena, this is your year.
Mythic Invitational in May has been canceled and not rescheduled. And all of the Mythic Invitational invites for the year will be shifted. So if you remember, the Mythic Invitational is the arena thing, I think. So if you qualified for the May one, you'll be invited instead to the one in July. And anyone invited to the July one will instead be invited to the October one. Oh. Okay.
So yeah, they're shifting without actually like doubling the number of people going to the event.
Yeah.
So.
Player travel reimbursement. Let's see here. They want to help out as many eligible Players Tour competitors with already booked travel plans as possible. Travel reimbursements to qualified players with non-refundable, non-transferable flights to previously scheduled Players Tours, even if they booked their travel prior to March 12th. So, but if you already... If this applies to you, then you already know it, so it's
They're
cool.
going to contact you directly.
Yeah. The MFCS Championship Series is being postponed. And yeah, any further changes that need to be made, they are going to make. So, yeah, everything is awful all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And then we have an article here about event guidelines and accommodations.
That was put up the day before the previous one.
Oh.
We just discussed, so.
Adjusting policies surrounding WP and in-store play in our Ikoria Lair of Behemoth's pre-release events. Stores may sell pre-release packs and commander decks for players to take home without participating in an in-store event. And stores may also enroll players in at-home pre-release events. Hey, that's cool.
Yeah, that's
that
actually
is really neat.
a better plan.
Yeah, and everything else of this is we don't know what we're going to do yet, but that was in the article the next day, so
Yeah.
that's important.
I think it's nice that they're factoring that into the pre-release experience because unlike other events, they can't really just reschedule the set coming out. So they had to either find a workaround or not do a pre-release.
Yeah.
When is that pre-release?
No idea.
All right. I'm glad that they linked to it here in this hyperlinked article.
Previews start on the 2nd, so at least I think that's what I saw earlier today.
28th-ish.
Pre-release. It will be released on April 24th.
Okay, so
24th.
pre-releases would be
Should be
the
week
17th,
before
18th, and
that?
19th.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? Or are they still doing that week between pre-release and... No, they don't still do that, right?
They usually have the whole thing resolved by the Friday before the weekend note of the pre-release because they put it online early now.
Boom, yeah.
So it
April
would be-
17th through 19th. Yeah, just what I
Yeah.
said. Okay. Good. All right, so that's that. Let's go see what SCG's up to. Oh, Baltimore and Syracuse are canceled. That's the one from this weekend that just happened, and Syracuse is this weekend coming up. Nope. Everyone's getting refunds for registration and all that, of course. And, website orders that were scheduled to be picked up on site at either event will be shipped free of charge.
Oh, nice.
That is nice. Cool. And then here's another one. Whoop. Atlanta, Worcester, and Cincinnati are canceled. So that's April 4th, April 25th, and May 2nd.
Mecklenburg is a total loss.
So's Wickenburg.
Wickenburg, that's it. Ah, sorry.
It was a lot funnier when you said Mecklenburg. Wickenburg's probably fine. I mean, when you're operating at that temperature, I can't imagine you're getting infected.
Yeah, there's no way the virus is surviving.
Google it.
Google it, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
You'll be
Google it.
entertained.
Yeah, you will. Oh, boy.
I mean, I'm not your dad. You should Google it. So yeah, those are the two big ones. I know that Jeremy don't know his last name, had to cancel the big Legacy whatever K that he's been working on getting making happen for the last few months. That had to be canceled. Missouri MTG, that guy on Twitter. I don't actually know his last name now that I think about it.
Yeah.
But
Don't be shocked if pretty much everything is canceled for the foreseeable future.
yeah, because this coronavirus thing is very serious, and it is more serious than anything that most of us have had in our lifetimes.
That actually reminds me. Can I digress for just a moment? Is that okay? Because I mean, we got so much more to get through here.
Go for it. Yeah.
So I had seen a comment the other day online on a forum completely unrelated to any of this stuff that we're talking about, where someone was complaining that, oh, I bet this is going to be like another like Y2K non-event. Okay, here's the thing you need to understand about Y2K. A lot of you listening don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Ask your parents. We were convinced that in the year 2000, a bunch of computer programs were going to have terrible, terrible problems, and we were all going to die. It was going to be awful.
Planes were going to fall out of the sky.
There was a huge, monumental effort for months before New Year's to make sure that all of the software that needed to be updated was updated. And because of that effort, yes, it was a non-event. But you had to have the effort to make it the non-event.
Yeah, that would just meant it was successful.
I would love it if, we cancel all this stuff and, people self-quarantine and we go through all this trouble and then the healthcare system doesn't collapse. Because that's the whole point. That's what we're trying to do. But the only way you make it into a non-event is if you actually, do something now.
Yeah. Like chat just said, it'll be exactly like Y2K. If we do it right, it'll seem like it was overblown.
Exactly.
And that is the goal.
That's what we want. Anyway, sorry. Back to your regularly scheduled canceled.
And it's gone.
Yep. And that might be a show title.
So, yeah. These are all... Like, this isn't Magic related, this is humanity related. That's why we're talking about this in such depth on this Magic the Gathering news podcast. Because this affects us all, everywhere, all of us. So,
Yeah.
are we done with the doom and gloom for a minute? No, we're not, because... Oh, wait, no, this one isn't the doom and gloom. So let's talk about a new product. This one is hot. No pun intended, but it applies.
Haha.
You remember...
I'm excited about this one.
You remember the Signature Spellbooks? They've done 2.
Yeah, and which
Yeah.
were those two? We
Those were Jace and then Gideon.
Oh, that's why I didn't care about either one. Okay, great.
Yeah,
Go on.
yeah. Well, they've announced Signature Spellbook Chandra.
You now have my attention.
Yeah, you do. And it's Signature Spellbook, so it's Chandra with a bunch of Chandra-ish red spells done up very fancy in this super hot, and again, no pun intended, but look at how freaking awesome this frame is.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a nice
yeah.
frame.
And even with the flames on the bottom, oh my god.
Not since Angel Fire, buddy.
Hey, listen, I know that they don't do MSRP anymore, which again still drives me nuts, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Does anybody know what these things actually go for?
I'm sure someone in chat has an idea.
Because I don't even really play Magic, but I want this. Like, real bad. Because it's amazing.
It's
Look at
pretty
the
hot.
fire.
These are not like the hard to get ones. These are pretty, usually,
Okay, so
I think
I
previously
can
have been
even
pretty easy to get a
buy
hold of.
Okay.
Pinball Witch says
$20.
$20.
Oh, man, I would definitely pay $20 for this.
So yeah, you get 8 cards, and then
Yep.
you get a foil version of a random one of those cards. So you'll get 2 copies of one of them, but you're guaranteed the 8 cards. And the 2 we have here are of the 8 are Chandra Torch of Defiance and Past in Flames. And Past in Flames has sick new art that actually shows bits of Chandra's past in the background, wreathed in flames. It's pretty.
Checks out.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Let's see. Pinball Witch said the first had an MSRP of 20. They expect this to be the same. Gideon was widely available for 20 to 25. So
Yeah,
yeah.
looks like Atomic Empire currently has copies of Gideon for $23.99 in stock. Ships within 1 business day. So
Yeah.
hey, if you didn't get your Gideon fix, you could buy it now.
Yeah. So again, yeah, it's the Signature Spellbook deal. We've seen it twice before. It's only in English and comes out June 26th at your local game store. This is not one of those things you can get at big box stores. Ouch.
And we appreciate that.
And I just want to say, I hope the lightning bolt... This was a discussion that I saw somewhere. I think it might have been in the Manipool Discord server. I really hope that lightning bolt isn't in here because that has literally nothing to do with Chandra.
I would
Chandra
like
doesn't
it if
use
they
lightning.
were all fire themed.
You've never seen Chandra do lightning. Just because it's a burn spell doesn't mean it's not from the vault burn. It's Signature Spellbook Chandra.
They could save that for if they ever got to like Ralzeric or something.
Yeah.
It's not just from the vault red.
Yeah. So I really hope that there's no lightning bolt. But because it's a burn spell, people are like, oh, it's totally going to be in there. It's got to be, or else I'll riot. I'm like, well, then riot.
I'm expecting a fancy fireball instead.
Yeah, or a fancy, any other burn spell that involves fire.
It's going to be your goggles. Like, if her goggles aren't in there, then what are we even doing?
Also, Gothic just subbed for the 28th month. Thanks, buddy. Glad you're alive. So, yeah. Now, let's go back to the doom and gloom stuff, shall we?
Sure.
All right. They announced this new kind of secret lair thing.
Yay.
I'm not sure I'm going to get on board the doom and gloom train, but carry on.
All right. So, it's Secret Lair Ultimate Edition. That's what it's called. What it really is From the Vault 5 Fetchlands.
Effectively.
Because you remember how From the Vault worked? Your local game stores got just a few, so they could charge whatever the market would handle, and it was a boon to them, so that's good. That's what these are. It's From the Vault, but you only get 5 Fetchlands.
And they're the enemy colored Fetchlands.
Yep. Marsh Flats, Scalding Tarn, Verdant Catacombs, Arid Mesa, Misty Rainforest. One of each. It's one.
Yep.
So, like, yeah. That's what this is. But they've branded it with Secret Lair, even though it's a From the Vault. It's only available at your local game stores, and each store it says is going to get like a maximum of 10.
Yeah.
Which means most stores will get not 10. Like that's important to know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you get a box with foam core with holes in it so you can display them. It's a big ass box for 5 lands.
Yeah.
This part just floors me. Look at the size of this. What even?
That's pretty big.
So here's the thing though. It's not just going to be your local game stores that get these though, right?
No, it is.
No, continue reading.
No, the local game store is the only place to buy this.
There's a similar product.
Thank you. Yeah. Go, keep reading. Don't make me swear. There's no swearing on Monday Night Magic.
I've read this.
While the vast majority of these will go out through WPN stores, there will be another opportunity to pick these up. The week after these go on sale at WPN stores, we'll be running a Secret Lair super drop, much like we did in December. We'll share more details about all the drops closer to June, but the one detail we can share today is that if you purchase the bundle that combines each drop that goes on sale during the super drop, you'll receive one random fetch land for each bundle you purchase.
Which is not the same as that product, but it is another way to get those cards.
As I said, the only way to get this product is in your local game store.
All right. Fine.
Now, okay, you remember the very first Secret Lair drop? Where they told us there were like, 5 or 7 or 10 or whatever?
Yep.
And and they were each available for one day, and the very first day, you could buy the bundle that had all of them. I think that's what they mean by a super drop.
Yes, that is what they mean by a super drop.
And so if you get the bundle that has them all, let's say there's 5. Because they haven't told us. But let's say there's going to be 5. And if you get the bundle that has all 5, you'll get a random fetch. Which, the way this is worded, it doesn't mean that if you buy the bundle, you get one of each of these. It means you could get 3 Misty Rainforests, an Arid Mesa, and a Verdant Catacombs. Which I know will make some people happy. So... yeah. Now, remember, we keep saying, well, damn it, when they say we care about local game stores, but they don't do anything to help local game stores, and then they do, and we complain about it.
Hey, I'm not complaining about this one, because I actually do like that this is for the local game stores. I think that the concept, let's set Secret Lairs aside for a second. Let's go back to From the Vaults. I think the concept behind From the Vaults was not that wrong, right? It was a product that you could give to local game stores that was only available there, that they could charge quite a bit of money for. It was a money maker for the local game stores. Got people excited to go to the local game store, to buy things from the local game store. It was good for the local game store.
Yep.
The only problem with the whole From the Vaults, I'm going to call it fiasco. It's not quite, but let's just call it that. Is that the number was never right. Right? The ones that people actually wanted, your local game store could never actually get enough of. And so there was always somebody who was disappointed. The concept here, again, is not that bad. It's another neat way to get people to go to their local game store, to buy things from their local game store. But again, I think the number is probably going to be the problem. I think 10, I don't think most stores are going to get 10. And those few that do are so big and have such a large following, a large number of players who come there, the 10's just not going to be enough.
It says stores will typically receive no more than 10 copies of Ultimate Edition. Yeah. So I think that there's a middle ground between From the Vault and, like, I don't know, Signature Spellbook, where months later they're still sitting there. I think there's a middle ground for that would be good for the consumer and for the store.
Yeah.
But then look at the size of this stupid box for
Okay,
5 cards.
Yeah, we can talk about the size of the box too. It's
But like, my point is that more than 10 of those would be hard for most local game stores to store.
just put someplace. But I do like that it has got, because we have in the past, I have in the past really complained about the Secret Lairs, that it was sending such terrible mixed messages that we love your local game store. They're the lifeblood of this industry. Oh, by the way, we're selling the thing you want directly to you. Just do it online from your couch. So I like this idea. I like this product better, right? This is it's not perfect. It's not perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect. Don't accuse me of that. I'm just saying I can't complain that they're not supporting local game stores with this product.
That is true.
They also allude to the fact that there will be another opportunity involving local game stores to get fetches this year. And they do specify local game stores when they say that.
Where is that?
Keep scrolling down. It's near the end.
Oh, yeah. This isn't the last time you'll see Fetchlands this year either. Because they're going to be in something. They're not going to be in a standard set, so they're not going to be in Ikoria. They even say they're not going to be in standard because that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
And it is. But they said there will be another way to pick up some stylized versions of Fetchlands later this year that will also be in your local game store. Now, it doesn't specify specifically only local game store.
Yeah, it doesn't say exclusively, but that means there will probably be another product.
They're probably going to be in the chat. What? Oh, there we go. Commander Legends. Probably.
That makes sense to me.
So yeah, because remember, they're doing a whole mess of Commander stuff this year, and that's a great place to print things like fetches that you want more of out in the world, but not in standard.
Yeah.
I really like that Arid Mesa.
Oh yeah, let's look at these. So these are all a different plane. So, like, the Arid Mesa is Amonkhet. The Verdant Catacombs is obviously Innistrad.
That was the easiest one for me to identify.
It says it right here. Marsh Flats is Lorwyn. Scalding Tarn is Dominaria? I would not have guessed that.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
That looks like Grixis to me.
Yeah, I was thinking it would be like...
And Mr. Rainforest is Ixalan.
Yeah, fair enough.
I forgot that it said it right here. I was staring at him going, wait, is that Lorwyn? That's not Lorwyn. It is! Yay!
Yeah, I guess that's Shiv. I just don't really think about that.
I guess. Buh. So, yeah, it is good that they're doing something for local game stores after catching all of the hell for not doing anything for local game stores. But then they bust out this super limited thing that, while it might be good for game stores, it kind of sucks for Magic players.
The weird thing for me is that they're just doing like 10. Because even from the vaults, they got larger allotments than that.
Did they?
Yeah. Pretty sure they did. I'm not saying it was a ton, but I feel like it was more than 10. Because I didn't have trouble getting them very often back when I bought them. Like, I would hop on the wait list as soon as they were announced, and I'd be, like, 15th on the list, and I'd still get one. Like, that was just a thing. And then for some of them, like, you know, the From the Vaults that nobody cared about, like the land one, you would see a stack of them sitting up on the shelf for, like, a year. So, I mean, I could totally see the size being a thing, but realistically, these are not sitting on shelves. So I'm not that worried about the size.
Or if it's a size thing because of the shipping.
I mean, maybe. It might just be it's probably going to be how many of those fit in a box that they ship boosters in. How many fit in a case? I don't know. But I promise per value of square or cubic inch, they're probably doing fine. So.
Probably.
Also, admittedly, if they did get like 50, you can bet a lot of stores would have people trying to get multiple so they could fill out a playset. So I wouldn't be worried about them sitting on a shelf. They're Fetchlands, unlike a lot of the premium things that people put out. They will be useful forever,
Unless they finally ban them in Modern.
which they won't.
Yeah, that's a shame. But at least they're not in that other set, that other format. What is it?
Pioneer. Yeah.
Say, while we're here talking about this announcement, can I make a digression about announcements?
I guess.
Can you announce that you'll in the future make a digression?
Okay. Later in the show, I'll be making a
There you go.
digression about announcements.
Hey, is it later yet?
I don't know. Chewy's in charge.
I'm just curious as to what the hell you're going to say, so go for it.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So in the past, I have complained at length about announcements of announcements and how much they drive me completely freaking insane. Right? It's a thing I've talked about.
He has.
It's true.
It's a whole thing. It's like
Ooh,
a facet of my personality.
The odds and ends from episode 684,
for instance,
it was which isn't up yet, but it will be soonish. Is
It's not that long ago.
Is pretty intense.
So this past week, I happened to be on a cruise ship, and on that cruise ship were some folks that I know from WotC. And so I was talking to them about this very topic because it drives me nuts, and I wanted to unload, and they were kind enough to allow me to unload. And
Did you give Gavin a swirly on a
look,
boat?
I'm not going to say who it was I was talking to. There were multiple people on that boat. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I was just talking to a friend.
I'm just talking about former Monday Night Magic co-host. It's different.
And I certainly did not give Gavin a swirly.
Good.
Okay.
He's good people.
So the person I was speaking with gave me this example of why it's slightly more complicated than we might think. So last week, while we were on the boat, I think it was on Tuesday, they announced the Pauper Cube was going live on MTGO, and there was an announcement video by the professor, and there was an article by Stibbs, because it's actually his Pauper Cube that they were using. So they had, this timing thing where we had to make sure that both of those pieces were in place to happen. But the week before that, the MTGO announcement had said, "Hey, there's a seasonal cube coming up. We'll have more details about that next week." Well, the whole reason that they had to do it that way is that they already had a scheduled announcement of what was coming up on MTGO, and that's when they would announce that this cube is coming. But they couldn't yet tell you what it was because the announcements coming from, I'm going to call them third parties, so like the professor and Stibbs, those weren't in place yet. So there are oftentimes in these announcements a lot of moving pieces behind the scenes, and getting them all to line up is apparently extremely tricky. And what it usually leads to is announcements of announcements. So there you go.
Now, one easy way to solve that would be to not give it to third party. Like all of the Signature Spellbook and the Secret Lair from the Vault, Ultimate from the Vault, Fetchlands thing, those were in that video by the professor as well. That's where it was announced. Why?
Now that we didn't talk about, so I can't help you there.
No, I wasn't asking you.
Okay.
That was a rhetorical question. Like, why is the professor a YouTuber making official announcements for WotC? What?
Because they trimmed down their own actual news announcement team when they stopped running daily MTG as more than a few articles a week.
Except, like, you say that, but we've got articles right here that went up just like an hour or so after that video.
Mm-hmm.
Which would have done the same thing, except...
Yeah, but people don't go to daily MTG like they used to because it doesn't have constant content.
No, but people on Twitter do, and then it gets retweeted and spread and hits Reddit, and then you don't have that third-party scheduling thing.
That's fair. Like, I mean, we're going to find whatever they put out. Like, otherwise no one would actually go to Mara's blog. So, yeah.
Exactly. Except for people trying to needle him about information. So,
Sure,
like,
and if he ever leaks any of it, then we'll know without going. You're right.
it's true. Yeah, we won't have to go. But
So
there's
anyway,
a big difference
I just
between
wanted
preview cards for a set that we already know is coming and announcing a brand new product. Like, I don't know. That just bugs me.
I just wanted to pass that along because I think I had not been fair and really given a lot of thought to just how many different things have to come together to make timing not suck. So it still drives me nuts, but
Mhm.
I at least understand a little better now.
I guess. And chat is
Yeah.
currently coming up with vague reasons that people that the professor should be the one to drop this instead of WotC themselves. And sure, go for it. But like when WotC itself says, "Hey, there's a new thing coming," it gets the same amount of hype as when the professor does it. So most of the things you guys are coming up with is,
I mean, I think admittedly, for the reasons that Chewy just mentioned, if WotC made the announcement themselves, the professor would retweet them. So really, reach is not
Yeah.
actually a factor. Like, that's fair.
yeah.
Anything that's relevant to Magic will be, copied, pasted, posted about, recorded about on every channel anyway. I suspect there's probably other criteria that I just can't think of immediately.
Could be.
Maybe it's just a PR push to show that they're more in touch with the community. I mean, that's why they do preview cards. They certainly don't have to do that either.
I guess. I don't know. It just like we complain regularly about having to follow 50 different official sources, and now unofficial sources are official sources. Great.
I mean, I do think it's a fair point that I would wager that most of the people that we think of as unofficial sources have some standing contracts or recurring business relationship with WotC. So it's not quite the same. But yeah, I don't know. I think at this point in time, because everything gets thrown everywhere whenever anyone says anything, I don't actually care who announces what. As long as
That
it
is
gets
also a
in
good
front of
point.
me. Like, I don't really care if WotC does it. I don't care if Hasbro does it. I don't care if random nerd website doesn't. Like, the only thing I really care about when it comes to these announcements are people who make the announcement but only in video form. I hate them. Like,
Fair.
post it somewhere I can read it. That's all I actually care about.
Yeah, and thank goodness that these articles were posted afterwards so I didn't have to go watch a professor video.
Like, I'm not even discrediting the quality of the videos people put out. I just don't want to watch video to see.
Yeah, I just don't care. Yeah.
Like, I don't need that. I want the bullet list. I have other stuff to do. And when I'm going to talk about it at length is here. So,
Yeah. For the record, I don't watch Nintendo Direct either. I don't get news like that in like announcements in video sources. I say that being a news podcast that is in video and audio form, but you guys don't come to us for the news. You guys come to us for us giving you the news. So I'll assume
if you're
that
coming to
that's
us
right.
for the news, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am so sorry. We have not been doing
We've got a lot
that.
of apologizing to do in that case.
Yeah. We're like the middleman, but we're more like the middleman if it were, say, the guy from Ant-Man who just goes on a rambling tirade and it's hopefully entertaining, but it's not the best source of information. Like, that's not what we're here for. But yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you for that insight, Clues. I'm
Yeah.
glad you were live
Yeah.
reporting from the boat at the
Yeah,
risk
well.
of getting trapped outside the country. You are dedicated.
There was a small chance of that, but we made it.
Lord. So, that's the news. Like, that's all we got.
That's it.
Yep, there we go.
We
Ta-da.
got everything is canceled. Here's WotC trying to sell you more stuff.
Yeah,
I
I
guess-
think at this point in time, our news breaks down to what's the new product? Is there a tournament / why isn't there a tournament? And why is Twitter angry? I think those are the 3 tags that we sort our episodes into.
Yeah, and so given that, I think that production of Monday Night Magic as a weekly podcast is going to be sporadic for a bit. So
Yeah, let's call it irregular.
irregular.
It'll
yeah.
happen, but not necessarily on a every week schedule.
Yeah, it'll happen as needed. So, but anytime we're not going to do Monday Night Magic, I'll be doing some other flavor of stream here on Monday night. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Like,
I just wanted to let everyone know so that every like Monday afternoon / Tuesday morning, I'm like, hey, where's the show? There wasn't one because nothing happened. There were no tournaments. We already know all the products coming out, and even if there are products being released, we're not gonna do a podcast just to be Watsy's read the press releases.
Well,
Yeah,
unless Watsy wants to give us an exclusive where we announce the product.
Yeah, then
We'll
go
do
for
that.
it. But
we need to sell out to do this.
Yeah,
We need
happily.
to do all the things we just complained about. That's how you do it.
yeah, if
Yeah.
they want to pay me to make some official announcements, I'll do it. But I'm not doing it for free, Watsy. I'm just saying. I got
I think
bills.
more to the
I
point
almost said a bad word. Clues? Can I swear?
No, there's no swearing on Monday Night Magic.
Okay, I got bills and stuff. So
yeah, give me
Right.
money.
Yeah.
Wait. But yeah, I think the important thing to understand for shows is that whenever we don't do a show, we actually will chat with each other and we'll be like, have we hit a threshold that's worth doing a show? And the threshold is not, were there tournaments? It's not, is there a new product or are there preview cards? Like, it's an actual discussion. There's no hard and fast rule.
yeah.
So you might feel like news has happened, but if when we're talking, we don't feel like it got there, it still won't happen. So just keep an eye on Twitter because we
Yeah.
tend to say whether or not we're doing a show in advance too.
And to be honest, maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but I think I'm speaking for my other co-hosts here. What it really boils down to is, do we actually have feelings about the things that happened? Right? If it's like one thing happened, but we feel really strongly about it, yeah, we're probably going to record.
Yeah.
But if like 3 things happened and we actually don't care about any of them and they're just boring, we're probably not going to record.
You're not going to ever get a show where you tune in and it's just us talking about an SCG classic. That will not
Unless, no, I can't think of a good one.
happen. I mean, unless the SCG classic is interrupted by like an all-out brawl between the Hamburglar and Colonel Sanders, in which case I'm there. I'm talking about it. I'm talking about it for an hour. But just people actually playing like standard, no, it's not going to be a thing.
I think Colonel
Now,
Sanders
Legacy-
is going to need backup.
Legacy, maybe.
Well, considering I read Crisis of Infinite Kernels, I know there's a lot of kernels out there, so he's got backup if he needs it.
I have noticed that there are a lot of different kernels on the various KFC commercials over the last few years.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw a different kernel, I went, wow, that didn't last long. And then a few months later, there was another one, and I'm like, I think this is the point.
Yeah.
Say, Chewy,
Yeah.
Jay Spencer in the chat here asked, what if a lifeguard won the SCG Classic?
Well, there aren't any SCG classics, so
But what if they did? Would we record?
just for that? Probably not.
Oh, come on,
Wait,
man.
did they win it while saving someone at the beach?
Like,
I reward multitasking, okay?
Oh, boy.
Like, what if Clues is scuba-ing and a lifeguard saves Clues, and as soon as Clues is out and like breathing, he then slams down, taps something, and then before you know it, bam, lightning helix, they're done. Like that I'll talk about. Oh, I know it's the wrong lifeguard. I'm going with this. I'm
It's
aware.
too late. Yeah, he's committed. Or he should be committed. Yeah, that's the one. I'm sorry.
No, I have to be
so
quarantined. It's different.
anyway, going back to the feels thing, that's why we recorded this week. Because the news is Magic is canceled. Watsy's trying to sell you more stuff.
Yeah.
But I felt we really needed to talk about the Magic is canceled side of things.
This is an event. This is one of the biggest disruptions. It probably is the biggest disruption in Magic since it came out, right?
Oh, yeah. Like,
Like,
2020, that's going to be what people remember about 2020 in
I
15,
hope
20,
nothing
30
tops
years.
this. I really
Is-
hope nothing tops this.
It's going to be that,
I hope so too. Oh, God.
yeah. Hopefully it'll just be the coronavirus and not other things. Pinball waits through 5 bits and used a Chewy with a hat. What is...
Nice.
Oh, I have... Okay. So a thing you can do on Twitch is you can alter a channel's emojis if you're subscribed. and one of my emotes is a chewy face going.
So how exactly does one do that?
It's down on the bottom in the chat. I have no idea.
Okay.
See where it says channel points? You do stuff down there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Gotcha.
she put a little green, like, St. Patrick's Day hat on me. Yay, he's cute. I'm cute. I'm adorable, damn it. But anyway.
So adorable.
So, let's wrap it up then, gentlemen.
Yeah. Okay, you can find me on Twitter at SqueeGoblinNabob. There's no Iron Goblin because we're not allowed to have more than one being in a room at a time at this point in the country, so it had to go somewhere else. I don't know how much I'm going to be tweeting. It'll depend on what pops in front of me, but considering none of us are supposed to go outside or do anything, there's a decent chance I'll be tweeting about something. I'd also just like to note that and we underscored this a ton at the beginning of the episode that, like, you know, stay inside, wash your hands, like follow all the actual directions from relevant, like, informed news sources about what to do to get through all of this. But I would also just like to point out that if you happen to be the person who has all of the toilet paper, stop. It's not funny. Stop. Toilet paper is not needed in the massive quantities that you've acquired it. It is not nearly as delicious as you probably think it is. And by far, there are enough things that we could be doing that aren't looking for toilet paper on the internet right now. So just stop. Just don't do that. You don't even have college basketball as an excuse to throw these things at people's houses now. Like, we got rid of everything you're going to TP people's houses for, and Halloween's too far away. Just knock it off. That's dumb.
But yeah, hoarding in general is just it's just a bad look.
Yeah, the bottled water thing doesn't make any sense either. I don't understand why people are stocking up on bottled. Just what exactly do they think is going to happen
I
to the
sincerely think
infrastructure?
people only know how to hoard for natural disasters.
Yeah.
They don't know how to hoard for anything else.
It's not what this is.
Like, no, we're going to have water. We're going to have presumably toilet paper if you guys ever knock that off.
Yeah.
Like, those are still going to be here. You don't need all the bread in the world.
No,
I
you
promise
certainly
you don't need all the bread in the world. You don't need milk sandwiches. Like, we don't need that. Stop buying and hoarding things that are going to go bad in a week. Just stop it.
Also, just stop buying and hoarding things in general. Like,
Bananas. There were no bananas to be found. It was crazy.
like if you have all of this crap so you're okay, then it's way more than you need. That means there are other people in your community that don't. Try to think outside of yourself for a minute. We're all in this together. Like that New York Times article of, hey, this dickhead like bought up and hoarded a bunch of hand sanitizer to sell on Amazon, and he was price gouging, so they cut him off, and now he can't sell it, and his poor wife and kid. You know what? Screw that guy.
Yeah, definitely screw that guy. Although I've heard now he's donating it, but it's too late. It's
Well, he's
too
also
late.
It's
in
too late.
violation of laws from the state that he lives in. So this is the
Exactly.
best out he was getting. So that'll be a news story.
This
for
is
later.
not a time for capitalism to run wild.
Yeah,
No.
the most important thing that guy has now done is served as an example to others. Don't be that guy.
No. But yeah, stop hoarding everything. And to Clues' point, don't hoard bananas either. That's what bad guys in Donkey Kong Country do. Also Donkey Kong. Don't be Donkey Kong. It's not a good look. But do wear a tie once in a while. Might make you look fancy.
I recommend bow ties.
Yeah, so given that, Clues. Your turn.
Hey, yeah, I got a couple of things. They're gonna seem like a little bit of whiplash. So let's first get the contacting me out of the way. If you want to hear more from me, I'm on Twitter. I'm at LacLuze, spelled just like it is in the show notes. Be sure to check out the show notes because there's going to be. No, you know what? Forget it. Show notes are canceled.
Everything's over.
So I had a Secret Lair delivered today. This is Secret Lair Thalia Beyond the Hell Vault. So let's just open it up and have a quick look inside. Now, you've already seen the artwork. on the page for the announcements about these, but of course it's a big empty thing with 4 cards inside because packaging. But I can say now that I've seen these in person, they do look very, very pretty in person, and they will not show up super well on my super dark webcam here today. But I can assure you, they look real awesome, real pretty in person.
Majestic.
Very, very happy about that. I like Thalia. It's a good card. Good card. Great artwork. But hey, let's see what the secret bonus is that's inside. Let's see if clues win. Oh, it's Cosmina. It's
I really thought you were going to say an island, I swear, Cliffs.
it's a blue planeswalker.
It's still blue, but I was expecting an island anyway.
I don't know who works for WotC and knows where I live, but I need you to stop. Just stop. Like, I keep ordering these things, and you keep sending me blue planeswalkers. I don't want your blue planeswalkers, like, at all. Okay, that's fine. It's okay. It was just a bonus anyway, right? It's really the Thalia that I was after, so... There you go. That's one thing. Let's just go ahead and make sure that you brace your neck, because now we're going to go the other direction. Now that I've ordered a thing from big corporation, right now there are a lot of small and medium-sized businesses that can't do what they normally do because they can't actually let people into their stores, and they're sending their employees home, and it's going to be a real rough time for a lot of businesses. So specifically, if you've got any small businesses that you like, that you want to support, try and find a way to do that, right? If they've got an online presence, buy things from that shop online. When they get back to regular operations, be sure to go there. Anything you can do to support the local guys, you need to be doing that, like, now. So find your favorite small business and do something with them. If you don't have a favorite small business, here, I'll help you out. There's a place. It's called Atomic Empire. It's in Durham, North Carolina. It's a great shop. You should check it out. They can't actually hold any games right now because their entire game area is shut down because you can't have crowds. So they're not doing that. Foot traffic's down, of course. They reduced hours so that their employees don't have to be there all the time. But they are still shipping. You can order things online. So go to Atomic Empire's website, order something, they'll ship it to you. Someone in the chat just pointed out getting gift cards is a really good way to support shops now. So if you've got a local store that you want to support, pick up a gift card from them. You'll spend it later, but it gives them some cash flow to continue to exist for now. So there you go.
Check to see if any of your smaller, like, food places use any of the food delivery places like DoorDash or Uber Eats or Grubhub or Postmates or whatever. I know that several of the, like, small food businesses around here do. And so that's a way to keep them in business.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go eat there. You can order food and then I'll bring it to you if you live here, which you don't. But someone like me will bring it to you.
Oh. And now is also a really good time that if you have the means, and I know not everybody will, but if you have the means, now is a great time to donate money to your local food bank. Yep. Because there are a whole lot of people who are not going to be getting paid for the next several weeks, and they're going to need to eat. And your local food banks are actually going to be a really, really important resource for a lot of people. So we are in this together, and we need to help each other out when we can. So there you go. Anyway, with that, let's pass it off to Chewy.
So it's weird. I'm online right now because I'm streaming.
Yeah.
And yet my Wi-Fi is apparently not working.
Really?
Like, I opened up Twitter. It's sort of working. I opened up Twitter while you guys were talking, and I looked down, and I had a bunch of content not available.
Don't think too hard about it, or you will fall off the call.
It's Wile E. Coyote rules, dude.
My wired connection is fine. In fact,
down.
My wired connection is always amazing, but my Wi-Fi sucks. It's because I haven't installed that new router.
Oh, well, yeah, you should maybe do that.
Yeah.
There's your problem.
It's terrible. So, hi, I'm Chewy, and I'm so sorry that we had to focus so much on, the bad news, but it's important that you know. And knowledge is power, and I know a lot of, nerds and younger people and whatnot are like, la la la. Like I said, my neighbor's like, it's not even that bad. Shut up. It is that bad. It is that bad. The entire country of Italy didn't shut down because it's not that bad.
Yeah.
So, even our president, who spent so long denying that it was a thing, has issued a national state of emergency, or whatever he did last week. All right, I'm glad you guys were paying attention.
I mean, like, yeah, he did issue the national state of emergency on Friday.
Yeah.
A number of states declared them prior to that, but yeah.
Yeah, including this one.
Yep.
So, yeah, but even him, who spent, like I said, a long time downplaying and denying, calling it a hoax, even he had to bite the bullet and say, yeah, all right, it's a national state of emergency. So, it's a real thing. That's why we're spending so much time on it, because it affects us all. It affects us all. You know what? While we're at it, get your kids vaccinated. Don't listen to Jenny McCarthy. Listen to science. There, I said it. I'm not sorry. That's another of those things that affects us all.
In general, you should listen to science.
Now,
Throwing that out as a general rule.
Yeah, but I assure you, my normal streams aren't like that. I tend to focus more on the entertainment and what I'm playing and whatnot for those. So you should come back on. Let's see. I don't stream on Tuesdays and I don't stream usually on Fridays, but most other nights we're here doing a stream of some sort. So yeah, come do that. Like last night, I played Maize, Maize, like corn, and it's a bizarre ass game, man. And yeah, that'll be going up on YouTube at some point. Actually rendered the first video earlier today, so. But I played through the whole game. It's so weird and British. There's sentient corn, and there's a grumpy Russian teddy bear who walks around and calls you stupid constantly.
It's like I'm there.
It's really freaking weird, and I loved it. It ran like ass on my computer, and I apologize for that, but it was so awesome. So, yeah, I've got to finish. So this is also stuff that's going up on youtube.com/themanapool. Maze will be going up. I got to finish Halo Wars at some point. So that'll be streamed and then going up on YouTube. I recently played through Nightmare Mode on Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, which is like the second quest, which was harder, theoretically. I'm not entirely sure how much harder it was, but you were down one character, and I got to see the true ending. That was cool. I'm actually thinking of playing through that again with just the one character, because it turns out, I didn't know this, when you meet the other characters, you can kill them and just go through the game with just Sengetsu. I didn't know that. That sounds awesome, because every time you kill one of them, you absorb a power, so you get like a double jump and a slide or something.
So you become like Mega Man X with Zero Sword?
It's sorta, yeah. And I didn't find out about that until I was looking at the achievements that I don't have and trying to figure out what that meant. It's like, what does that mean? And so I looked it up, and it's like, oh, play through with only Zangetsu. And I'm like, I didn't even know. So that's a thing I'll be doing sometime in the future. Yeah, I'm very excited. Also, I think what went up today was just a random Chewy vlog where after a particularly frustrating the last Halo Wars stream, so I was wearing my Infinity Gauntlet shirt and someone said, nice shirt. And that led to like a 25-minute discussion on comic related stuff.
I watched this discussion. It was good. You should see it.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. When I got to the end of the Halo Wars stream, I'm like, okay, that's the last mission I did. And I had this big chunk of footage left. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And I skipped through it. I went, oh my God, I forgot about this. And then I was like, I wonder if that would make a... Yeah, so I did. I made it into a Chewy vlog. Yeah. Ooh. Also, Magic Mana Strike. That mobile game, I did a stream of that. And the first one of those videos went up last week. And the second one will probably go up this week. As a matter of fact, it will go up this week, possibly on Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah, where not only did I play some more games, but I built a deck just to show how it works. And there's a replay function that uses augmented reality. So instead of just watching a replay from where your point of view while you're playing the game, you can actually tell the phone to find a surface that will be where it puts the game, and you can like move around and zoom in and get a close look. I'm doing this with the phone. You can like look at different angles, get a reverse angle, and look at the character models, and it's really freaking cool. So yeah, that's in the second Mana Strike video that'll be going up in a few days. Yay!
Hooray.
So yeah, there you go. That's just the other content that I have going on right now. I also just recently did the thing to go get a Golden Warrior in Hearthstone. You have to get 500 wins in ranked, and I started that stream at 494, and that turned into 2 videos, The Quest for the Golden Warrior. And there were some really good games in the 6 wins, so that was 2 YouTube videos. Yeah. So just go check it out. If we're all self-quarantined, I did a Twitter thread a couple days ago. I just went through my old playlists and was like, look at all of this awesome stuff that's on my YouTube channel. That if you really are bored and looking for something to watch, like you've watched Castlevania Season 3, and you've rewatched The Office for the 8th time. Apparently that's a thing people do. I couldn't get into The Office personally, but whatever. I just listed off some of my favorite YouTube playlists that from the past, from the far past up to, I think Link's Awakening was the last one I stopped, which was just recently. So yeah. So there you go. That's just, if you're looking for stuff to do and you kind of like me, go watch some of those, because that helps me and it helps you fight the boredom. Awesome. So, speaking of helping me, if you want to help support what I do with this ridiculous amount of free content, this is the 2 podcasts a week. It was 2 podcasts a week. Now it'll be 1 and change a week for the foreseeable future.
Nickels and dimes.
Yeah. And all of the live streams and at least 1 YouTube video every day. Then go to patreon.com/themanapool and sign up to become a lifeguard. The lifeguards we were talking about earlier. You can get stuff for that. You get the Manapool episodes and YouTube videos early. You can get the odds and ends. This is all the stuff recorded before and after both Monday Night Magic and the Manapool, which is uncensored and unfiltered. And you can get the sponsorship shout out on both podcasts and on the end screen for all the YouTube videos. So I'd like to thank our mythic lifeguards: Jason Doan, Kim Maho, Andrew Hunt, Al. Oh God, my throat. Excuse me. Where was I? Al. Lance Delicious, Team You Hellas Haru, Connor Kennedy, John Morris, Alex Gonzalez, Scuzzo, Jeff Spencer, Stuart Slaw. All right, Mouse. PJ McMullen, Sophia Brattain, Casey, Danny Liao, Cody Buckawing, Jake Jansons, Jason Kaus, John Parker, Aleph Cat, Beardy Man, Bartle, Backwards Logic, ALK Alters, and the Beast Father, Aaron Goodwine. And of course, thanks so much to all of our lifeguards at every tier. I love you all. I love you all, because you let me keep paying the bills and keep making content for you. Yay! So yeah, with that, I guess we'll be done with what is this? 686, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Palindrome.
So everyone, please be safe out there. Follow the CDC's recommendations. Not because, an authority figure is telling you to, but because it's good for you. And yeah. The whole point is to slow the spread so it doesn't utterly overtake the healthcare system, which is already, in this country, a large garbage fire. Is that safe? Is it a large garbage fire?
He's not wrong.
It's approximately 1 country of garbage fire.
Yeah. Like, you remember when we made fun of GP Charlotte being a dumpster fire?
Yeah.
Not even close. That was
This is more like the dump from the end of Brave Little Toaster, complete with the childhood trauma of a garbage fire.
good lord, that movie.
Right?
That movie
That'll stick
legitimately
with you.
scared me when I was a kid.
It should. It meant that you had empathy.
Oh, good. You know what else scared me when I was a kid? E.T.
Fair.
Were you afraid of E.T. or were you afraid of the guys in the suits?
Nope, the guys in the suits. When they all
Yep,
busted
yep.
in to take E.T. away, I ran and cried. I'm not going to lie.
Yep.
And my old man makes fun of me for that. But when he was a kid, he ran and cried when the flying monkeys ripped apart the scarecrow. And I'm like, isn't that the same thing? And he said, mine was dismemberment. You're just a wuss.
You need to show him the G.I. Joe video of like the guys in the hazmat suit just going rah, 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 and just do that to him. Then he'll understand.
Yeah, maybe I should. But anyways, what scared you when you were a kid? Let us know. So this has been Monday Night Magic number 686. Thank you all so very much for joining us. And go play some Magic, but do it digitally.
Play it actually at
and
your
wash
kitchen
your hands.
table with
Yeah.
people you live with.
Go wash your hands.
And wash your hands, yeah. Okay, bye.